Well, good evening, all. Ira Epstein with your SPDR-ETF stock market wrap-up. It's NVIDIA day. What can you say? My gosh. The biggest one-day gain in a stock of all times today. You heard me. It even beat the meta rally that we had 3 weeks ago. So anyone thinks this market didn't have legs, wow. I was disappointed. Now, let me share that with you. I don't want to see this just gallop and go because it'll blow itself out too fast. And you'll see what I mean in a minute, all right? And no, that doesn't mean I'm picking a top. I'm not smart enough to do that, but I am a pretty good chartist. And as a chartist, you're already up to the upper Bollinger Band, so you're at one of those zones. A 16% gain in a day is not the thing I like to see. I can live 5%, 4%, but once you get to these crazy numbers, they have a way of working on the market. Yes, it carried a lot of things with it, but a lot of things didn't go with it. LUV, Boeing didn't go with it, AMC didn't move. The car stocks aren't moving at all, as you can see. They were all in trouble. Gold, for the moment, didn't go anywhere. But obviously, the suppliers that work with NVIDIA, they did well. Some of the competition did well. But we have to remember how that goes for the competition. You do remember how Uber went, and then Lyft came out with its numbers. And even though there was a misprint, the market days later did make a nice run. And you'll see right now that it's giving back a big chunk of all that run. So that's what happens in some of this if it gets ahead of itself. Now, when we look at NVIDIA, and let's just leave this and come back, if I could, a day. This is how the market finished yesterday, and then we had the earnings report. So once the earnings came out, we knew overnight we were jumping, and you could see it. You opened at 750, and you did get up from there another $35. Okay. The market now has a pattern of a lower low and a higher high. Throw the name off the chart. That is the hardest thing for you to do, but it's the smartest thing that many traders can do if they want to be chartists. And I know you're going to say, no, I want to know it's NVIDIA because I know it's going to 1,900. Okay. I'm still at the end of the day a chartist. And as a chartist, the market fought its battle where I teach you. Often when you have a market that's up, it pulls back to the 18-day average of closes or weekly, depends on the chart, and the battleground is there. So you went there approximately 2 days, you came shooting up. Now, obviously, no moving average is going to be resistance above the market because they're all below it. So that leaves one number, and that's your upper Bollinger Band. And you're now at it right now. Now, can you run the band like you did there? Yeah, you can. Is it common? It is not, okay? Does it happen? It's easier to happen when you're coming out of the sideways action and you start to streak than it is after you've had a big run and you run like this. That's my point. You know, I study these patterns. I'm a student of it, a big student of it, and that's one of the things I watch. Also, you're not embedded. See, here you embedded. And when you embed it, it's that kickstart. It is the nitrogen that you got in your engine. You push that button. You watch Fast and Furious and you see the car pick up and it runs. Well, that's what it is. You don't have that at this point. You had that it ran, but it's into that resistance point. That's all I'm saying. I am not a top picker. That is not the point. But I would be saying to you, if you went into the report and you're not grabbing some of the money, that's up to you. But the chart action says be ready for a bit of a stall. Here's Lyft. We know what happened. We know that they had the wrong numbers, and then it ran like mad 2 days after that. And now, are you headed back to where this number was at 1414? You don't have to get there if you take out today's high tomorrow or Monday. You have an outside day down. There's a rule with that I use. But barring that, this is where the market started. You accelerated like mad. You never got the nitrogen. What do I mean? You never embedded. And you got over the Bollinger Band, and I know people don't believe it. Only 5% of the time will you stay over it, and you quickly pull back. It's one thing if you run the band, and I just showed you that on the other chart. It's another when this happens, and I've learned that it generally pulls back, and that's what's going on right now. When we come to the gasoline fund, all right, until today's low's taken out, I'm now back in the bull camp. I'm a sworn-in bull. Hello there, bulls. So take out today's low. I want to rethink that. Without that, I'm targeting again the possibility of the 69 level. XLF, the financials, well, they're getting carried along with everything here. They're overbought. They're over the upper Bollinger Band. I'll let you buy over a Bollinger Band. None of my clients, via my recommendations, would ever do that. This is the area where you take money off. You're buying the break if you're embedded. If you're not embedded, you just call it a day. We'll see. XLI, now it's up to the resistance zone, the upper Bollinger Band. It is embedded. I believe it'll be bought on good breaks when they come in again and keep going, all right? I think that yesterday was the day that proved that was it. And why did it run today? Could be the NVIDIA effect. Otherwise, why would it jump like that? That's what I think is going on. Although it did have some, what I'll call, what Fed will like, some reasonable numbers out of S&P Global's PMIs for manufacturing and service sector, a little bit of a weakening, and you want to see that. Now, I think we're coming back. Remember I said I think we're going to go back and challenge this whatever average. It's 433 right now. You have your momentum still overbought, but I do think that you're not going back through these lows in AMC. I'll be very wrong if that happens. Now, I have not told my clientele to buy yet, okay? And I won't share with you when I do. That they'll know it in the morning videos. But I like the pullback. It's starting to set itself up. It's beginning something. As for RSPD, the consumer discretionary ETF, overbought. Now, you get up to that band, you're already in the zone. I'm looking for the pros to take some money off the table. XHB, well, this is a continuation of yesterday's Pulte and Linn numbers. They're acting very, very good as you're moving up for the home builders here. There's just going to be a lot of demand. Today they had on CNBC, and I had it on a good part of the day today, they were bringing on people from Compass and the other areas, and they were all talking about how much demand they're seeing in the marketplace for homes because they're not there. You know, you normally have a 6-month supply of homes ready to go. You only have 3. So to a degree, it's a seller's market, but because of price and mortgages, I said to a degree. You know, homes are expensive. Getting a mortgage over 7% isn't what everybody wants to do. So that becomes the problem in the market as I'm seeing it. On the energy sector, I am still friendly the energies. I made that statement to you the other day. I do think that the way the Mideast is going, if they can't settle this, it could blow up into much more of a war. You're getting to that point where you start wearing everybody out. And from the looks of it, the polls in Israel are very much in favor of continuing the war, from what I'm seeing. Come Ramadan today, Benny Gantz said there that they will fight through Ramadan. All right, they've given X date is their line in the sand, and they're Rafah, they're going to go into it. What's the game plan to get the people out? What if I tell you they admit, the Israelis, I was just reading the article tonight, they don't know what the plan is. You know how many people are going to get slaughtered, but they think there's 5,000 to 8,000 Hamas soldiers there and that they're cornered in, and this is their way to eliminate them. It's not the environment I want to be short crude oil in. I can tell you that, not in any manner. In the gold market, this could be where the gold market starts coming alive. Keep your eye at the 188.03. If you get over that, that could be the signal that the market, especially on a Friday with a strong close, is ready to move higher. It's a possibility. This is the resistance point. It's got to prove itself as I see it. Silver's sort of in the middle of no man's land. It goes to about the lower Bollinger Band, about the upper top, and you pull back to that 18-day average, and you're just sort of sitting there. It wasn't able to stay very long over the 100 in green day average or the gray average here, the 200-day average, but it's nothing. It's sort of saying, I don't want to go down, I don't want to go up, where do I go? Copper, well, if the copper closes back under the 35.62, it'd be problematic. But, you know, I warned clients in futures, both here in your YouTube videos and in my morning videos. I said, you don't want to be short as the Chinese people return from their lunar holiday, which was last Friday, and you've rallied in the futures almost every single day. And that's a phenomenon you often get is they'll come in, they look at their order books, what they have to do, and they placing the orders again, and you get it. Well, you're stalling out here. And that is the way to call it. You are stalling out and you've gotten yourself overbought. That's not a bear signal, but it's a sign that maybe you've run a course here for a while. BND and TLT are still looking bearish. Lower highs, lower lows, and embedded. Until that red line closes over 21, I still see the market is getting problems. In the dollar, the futures were much weaker than I thought they would be today. I mean, interest rates high, the stock market running, that's the stuff you'd think a strong dollar is. It's not acting that way. You're in a corrective mode in the dollar to the downside and in a corrective mode up in the euro currency. And, you know, look at how this market is acting. You're liable to get a bullish crossover tomorrow where the 18-day swings back over the green, the 100. They're literally right on top of each other now. So you put it together, you come up with game plans. And one of the things I do is in the mornings, you're looking here at my morning futures video. Why am I saying that instead of your SPDR ETF? Because for a lot of you that trade the SPDRs and ETFs, what do you think? Your SPY, your DIA, your TLT, they're all based on what the futures are doing at first. And you put the two together. It's called a combo package that we have. And now you got something because you're seeing the futures video. I record that about 5 in the morning and I record about 9, the ETF video by design. I want that one to get the morning fundamentals into the market. I cover everything here in the futures in detail. Generally on Monday through Friday, the daily charts with some weeklies, and then on the weekend, the weekly charts for the longer term trades. And you'll find that we give you applications that work on your desktops, on your phones. You can keep up with everything. Give it a try. If you have questions, you can call us or just go to IraEpstein.com. Under the word research, they're all there for you. I'm Ira. You have yourself a good evening. Catch you in the morning.